Welcome to my live stream. My name's Aaron. If there's two things that I really have loved since I was a kid, it's Lego and Star Wars. And tonight we're going to build the Dagobah Jedi training set, or Yoda's hut.
Welcome, yes. Happy to have you, too am I.
Enough for my bad Yoda impressions. Let's get started with the build. Welcome. All right, let's dig in. Bag 1, 3, 4. 2, 6, 5, 4, bunch of plates, instruction manual, and that's it. All right. Get bag 1 going here. And we got Luke here. He's part of Luke. His head. Let's see. Now there's Luke. Oh, Luke, you fell over. Oh, no. All right. Let's see what we got. Couple 2x8s. A 4x8. While I'm building this, you'll have to know what your favorite movie of the original three is, or any of them. Me personally, it is actually Return of the Jedi. One of the first movies that I remember seeing with my dad in the theater. But I do love Empire Strikes Back as well. Did I get the wrong piece here? Oh, that's all right. Where did I put the wrong one, though? Doesn't seem right. That is maybe too short. Where did I put the wrong one? I hate it when I do that. Somewhere I goofed here. I'm not one to pay too close attention. But now I don't know where I put the wrong 2x. Let me back up. I think I put it over here. Yep, that's what I did. Take a couple of these apart. All right, that's right. Oh, that's right too. Where did I screw up? Unless I'm missing one, which is entirely possible. Make sure I didn't hide it under something. All right, where did I put the wrong one? That's right, that's right. Huh. Well, I've already screwed up. Perfect. This one may be wrong. Yeah, that one's wrong. There we go. No, I think that one's right. I don't know. Now I'm really screwed up. Make sure I'm actually looking at this correctly. 2x8. Must be a 2x10. Yep. Well, somebody, hopefully somebody noticed where I screwed up. Is this it? No. Oh, man. Of course, my first live stream and I'm screwing up. Oh, well. Oh, I did screw up. Okay, now I see what I did. I just put it in there too early. There we go. Let's get some other comments. What are there? I see I see Amy has put in Return of the Jedi as her favorite. What about anybody else? What's your favorite? Or your favorite character? I had the pleasure of meeting Mark Hamill about almost 30 years ago, actually. He had a comic book out, and I got to meet him during a comic book signing in Everett, Mass, at a a comic shop that doesn't actually exist anymore. But he was the nicest guy. I really enjoyed meeting him. And at the time, I was very much into the video game Wing Commander. And I actually asked Mark about Wing Commander, not about Star Wars. And he was, I think he was very happy to talk about something other than Star Wars. So it was kind of cool. I got a picture with him. I'd love to meet him again. Like I said, he was a really nice guy. Super, super glad I got to meet him. We got Adam in the chat saying, hey. Hey, Adam. Thanks for joining. Love these diorama sets. These are probably my favorites. For those of you who have subscribed, I built the indoor speeder chase most recently as a time lapse, and then a full video as well. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Like I said, Return of the Jedi is my favorite, so I really like that one a lot. And I didn't get it, but I wish I had. And that is the fight scene between Vader and Luke in the Emperor's throne room. That one I missed out on, unfortunately, but I do like Yoda's hut quite a lot. And TC's favorite is Yoda. Oh, I love Yoda.
Yes, love Yoda a lot.
I know my impressions aren't so great, but I have fun doing them, so. Hopefully you don't mind them too much. I know my family can't stand them. They can't stand them, but I'm your typical dad. Typical dad humor. Oops, put that one on there wrong. It's meant to go on the front of it, not the side. Anybody looking forward to the new Grogu movie? No, I am. Looks like fun. Maybe a little different than the rest of them. And Adam says dad humor is the best. Yes, I agree, Adam. Let's see, make sure I'm actually doing this right. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. We're just about done with bag one, it looks like. We got a few more pieces here. Well, more than a few, but either way. All right, let's see. We're back on track. No big screw ups now. Tell me what you all think about the camera angle for the build itself. Kind of getting a top-down view. Not sure if that's the best or not. So you'll have to let me know if you like it. Great. We'll stick with it for the next one. If not, we'll try to change it up and do something a little different. Unsurprisingly, this is a very similar base plate to the indoor speeder chase. I suspect they're probably all the same, but that's the only other diorama one that I have actually put together. All right, time to cap off our base plate here. Spin it around so I actually am looking at it from the same perspective as the manual. So other than Star Wars, what are some of the favorite Lego sets that you all are interested in? Now, you may not be able to see it directly behind me. I'll change cameras here for a second so you can see it. See right behind me here, the other ones that I really love are the modular sets. Those ones really intrigued me. When I was a kid, I wanted my dad to build me a world out of like wooden blocks, and that's kind of what I had in mind, was this, something similar to the way the modulars are. I love them. They're definitely one of my favorites. Didn't get in on them super early, but managed to get the fire station, which is one of my very favorites. Maybe one of our other builds, we'll build one of those. Have the police station yet to build, so that's probably going to be one of my next ones. That one probably be a multiple stream build because it's so big. Okay, we're done with the base plate. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to the second bag. Now, I am not one to typically sort out my tiles too much while I'm actually building. These little trays that my wife got me, they do help keep things a little more organized while I'm building. But I'd really rather just get right into it and start building. And because of that, it sometimes does take me a little longer to actually get going here. Let's see. Need a flat green tile. Here we go. And move that out of the way a little bit. Oh, Adam likes the pink tray. Cool. It definitely stands out. Oh, and I did it again. I put things off by a stud. Let's move those. Let's see if I can get this guy. Come on. There we go. That's one. And I don't have quite enough leverage because of the ridge around the edge to get that. Let's see if that gives me enough. There we go. And fix poor Luke here. He's fallen down and he can't get up. Right. Now I need a bunch of these 1x green studs, or green plates rather. Yeah, I always get ahead of myself here. So that one goes. White L, black L plate. There you go. There it is. I'm gonna have to try to straighten out these guys. There we go. That's pretty straight. Where's everybody from that you're watching this stream? You all from the US? You from Canada, Europe? Let me know. Adam's up north, which could be anywhere. Surprisingly, some of my videos have done really well in Japan and Germany, which I would not have guessed. But I guess there must be a decent Lego fan base there. There we go. crafting table here. Now, before I start putting stuff in the wrong spot, make sure that I've got everything aligned here. A couple more of these transparent green plates. Now, this part, especially on the modulars, is my least favorite part of the build because it's very tedious. It looks great when it's done, but it's tedious to build that. These ones aren't that bad. They're fairly small, but on the modulars, you got so many of those plates that you're putting on the base. There we go. So we got Adam up north. We got anybody else? Where are you at? Be relatively warm in Massachusetts, and relatively warm here today for March, that is. Didn't actually need a jacket for our walk today, which was nice. The good thing about this set, I think the indoor one too, there's no stickers. I hate dealing with the stickers. Those are, I have such a hard time getting them aligned right. And often we'll have to take them on and off a couple times to get them right, which just makes it worse because then there's a part that's just sticking up. So I'm very happy that this one does not have any stickers. It's funny, on the most of the videos I've done so far have been time lapses, and because it's moving so fast, it's hard to tell that I might be struggling with a sticker at any given point. Thankfully, one of the ones I did was an F1 race car, and that thing had more stickers than I've ever put on a Lego set, and that was a royal pain in the ass because a lot of the pieces that the stickers went onto are irregularly shaped, and so that makes it even doubly difficult to actually get them on right. I was cursing up a storm putting that one together. Definitely my least favorite part of putting together Lego sets are dealing with stickers. I'd much rather they be printed tiles. But obviously that takes a lot more expense to make. Adam says he's terrible at building Legos. I doubt it. Just, I mean, once you do a few of them, kind of just get into a rhythm. I found that really, with enough practice, anybody can be decent at it. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily creating your own sets, because that is a different skill set for sure. I don't do too much of the mocks these days. It's mainly just building stuff for fun, building stuff that I enjoy. But I'm sure Adam is not as bad at building sets as he thinks he is. Let me make sure I got this in the right spot. Yep. Part of my problem is I just move through the set really quickly. And it's easy enough for me to miss a step, like you saw earlier. Get going over there for now. All right. Not doing too bad with this one. See how we're doing for time. We're about a little more than a half an hour into it. See if this is a one stream build or not, though. Might be more than that. I think this one's got like 1,000 pieces, something like that. Oops. Get back in there. Yeah. And I tell you what, one of the things that has impressed me so much about Lego lately is just all the different pieces, like and colors for that matter. When I was a kid, there was a handful, maybe 8, 10 colors at the most. I'm pushing it, something like that. Now you got a color for anything, which is awesome. Oh, Adam says he's never actually built a set. Well, maybe someday you will. So how do you know you're terrible about building if you've never done it? I'm sure you'd be fine. I know Adam, and I know he's good at building stuff. So I'm sure he would be absolutely fine about building Legos. And let's see here. You guys kind of have a good view of this actually, so hopefully you like the view, because getting an interesting kind of top-down view, a different view than I'm getting, obviously. We're getting towards the end of the bag too here. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Hopefully we're getting close to the end of the base, although I think there's probably at least one more bag here. Yeah. Bag 3 is nothing but green flat tiles. That's going to be a lot on the bottom. You're welcome, Adam. I know you can do it. Okay. I actually am missing a tile. I'm missing a 2x2 gray. Wait, where'd it go? Let's see if I left it in the bag. Yes, I did. There we go. Those guys down there. Sometimes it's helpful for me just visually to put in some bigger reference tiles first. That way I don't lose track of where I am. All right, you can't, well, actually you can see this. So you can see on the pink tray there, a lot of what I have left are green plates. Some flat ones and some with studs. So here's a place where I definitely need a reference. Here we go. Right above that turntable. And this guy is in the wrong spot. Here we go. Like I said, this part of the build, hopefully others agree with me, is very, very tedious. That's okay. It definitely looks good in the end. Like I said, the next bag is almost all these tiles, so it's going to be a lot of that. How did I do that? Yeah, did I manage to get those? Yeah, I did. I got to move a couple of these plates that I just put in above. They're off by one. I was checking out some different channels the other day, and one of the guy's channels, or could be girl, was off by one stud, which I thought was a pretty clever name. As I can't tell you the number of times I've done that. There we go. It looks like a mosaic almost from the view that you all are seeing. Kind of cool. I thought about trying to do my, can't remember if somebody suggested it to me or if I just thought about it myself, but I thought about trying to do my channel logo as a mosaic. God knows I probably got enough one biomaterial to actually make that work. Probably wouldn't look exact, but yeah, it'd probably have to be pretty big, but probably do it. Okay, did I... This one? Nope, it's part of this step. Amy says she loves the idea of a mosaic. Yeah, me too. I think that would be cool. I might need to use a program to help me design it, though, because I don't know that I would be very good about actually designing it. Building it, no problem. All right. One more. Step 41 here in bag 3. No, 2. Bag 2. Sometimes with these ones where it doesn't really matter exactly where it goes, I'll take some creative license with where I put certain things. Like in the indoor build, I basically just decided where to put the I'm on Adam's TV. Cool. What was I saying? Oh, I took some creative license about where I put the plants in the indoor build. Because just why not? Let's see. How many? I'll show you the bag here in a second. There's a lot of flat green tiles and a bunch more. Green plates. That's bag number 3 out of 6, I think. Yep, 6 bags. Ooh, this now the instructions are really top-down view as well. You can't really see that very well. There we go. All the other ones have been kind of 3/4 view. Excuse me. I guess for this, you really need them to be top-down. Who knew the Dagobah Swamp was going to be 8 million tiles? Ooh, I don't know if you all have seen this, but next year, being the 50th anniversary of the original movie, they're releasing the originals. Like, not the special editions that they've done 8 million different ways. The actual originals, which is really cool. Can't wait to see that. I thankfully had a very lucky to have had a Laserdisc player when I was younger. Now I did put these ones in the... Where did I mess up here? These are all off by 1. That's okay. I can just shift 2 of these. Come on. Let's see if I can grab this one. Anyway, I was lucky enough to have a laser displayer and have the original editions from that, as well as they released those same Laserdisc versions on DVD. I think the first set of DVDs they ever made for Star Wars. But I very much prefer the originals. They've added a bunch of crap to the special editions that I could deal without. I don't mind the special effects being updated, but they've added a bunch of dialogue and stuff. Like, if you've ever seen the original Empire Strikes Back, the Emperor has like one very short line. And it wasn't Ian McDermott, I think it's his last name, right? That plays the Emperor. It was somebody else. And he had a really, really simple line. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But in the special editions, they've added much more dialogue to that, and it just drives me nuts. Like, I don't mind the Emperor having more dialogue, but like, they screwed with the original movie too much. The visual improvements, cool. I get it. Sure, I've got these in the right spot here. Yeah, the visual, corrections, fine. In fact, in the original movie, there's the scene where they're handing out the medals and there's all the troops lined up. In the Laserdisc version, which was widescreen, you can actually see the very last row of troops are cardboard cutouts. They're not actually people. They've changed that, obviously, in the newer versions, but yeah, when that was originally in theaters, they must have not had enough extras or couldn't afford enough extras, and so that last couple rows, I think, are cardboard cutouts. It's pretty funny. So here's hoping the cardboard cutouts are in the version that they release next year. I doubt it, but it'd be kind of funny. All right, got a bunch down here on the bottom left. Start with my reference point here on the very left, so try not to mess up where these go. Now, don't judge me too harsh. You've got such a direct view of this that I'm sure some of these are not perfectly squared off. But yeah, really looking forward to the originals being in theaters next year. I know they did a single showing, I think, of A New Hope, which, for those of you who are as old as me, was not the original. It didn't have a title. It was just Star Wars. Anyway, but they did show a version of A New Hope in Britain last year, I think. Or yeah, it must have been last year, 2025. So it exists, despite George Lucas saying that it doesn't. And there is a version floating out there that some folks have de-enhanced. So if you're curious, you've never seen the original one, go check it out. If it's still available. All right, let's see. No, I still got some more here. We're at step 42. A few more plates here. Is this the last one? Nope. Got one more here. All right. Now, bucket page, or step 43 here. There are so many flat plates. Virtually every area of this is going to become swamp. There's a lot, 177 of them. We'll see you in a couple days. Now, at least this was easy enough because I'm just filling in all the empty spaces. 177 times. Adam says you can't really see the manual anyway. That's good to know. You can kind of see part of it at the bottom of your screen, I think, but yeah, typically not. There's not much to look at this point. A lot of green. The swamp.
Green there is. Yes.
Green, 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 green. I can do my other impression. And not Frank Oz, but, you know, doing Yoda, but Jim Henson doing Kermit.
Hello, Kermit the Frog here. It's not that easy being green. Placing tiles everywhere.
I think the tiles alone are gonna require their own stream. My God. Keep going and going and going. Can you all hear the snap of the tiles just out of curiosity? I don't know if my mic's actually picking that up or not. I tested it earlier. I could hear them on the recording, so maybe you can hear them. Just curious. So many green tiles. It always amazes me how creative Lego designers are, though. They really have come up with some very cool sets over the years. I like to think I'm a pretty creative person, but not to that same level, or at least not in the same way. Coming up an hour into the stream, and we're maybe about halfway through the third bag. Out of 6. Well, I suspect this is going to be probably the longest bag just because it's so tedious. This would probably be kind of cool looking as a stop motion animation. I've never really done those before. The time lapses are kind of cool. I do like those. Or at least I think they're cool. Hopefully any of you have seen my videos think they're cool too. Takes, an hour, a couple hours worth of work and turns it into a couple minutes. The stop motions, I'm sure, require quite a bit more work to actually produce, though, because you're basically having to take a frame of every single thing that you're doing, or a snapshot of every single thing that you're doing. I suspect at this point there's probably ways to automate that a little bit. And Adam says he can't really hear the tiles snapping. Okay, well, good to know. Just have to put up with me talking then. Maybe next time I'll figure out a way to get a mic on the tiles themselves too. I don't want to get too much background noise either, though. Either a swamp or Slimer threw up all over the place. Keep rolling. What? Like I was saying earlier, yeah, I guess it must have been 1996, 1997. I met Mark Hamill. Really, really, really nice guy. I wish that his part in the sequels was different, as do a lot of people, I'm sure. I really felt like they did not treat Luke the way he needed to be treated. He should have been more of the Obi-Wan character. in the sequels. I know he says he doesn't really, it wasn't his character. I disagree. I think, that was his character. And it was really cool to see him come back. Nobody agrees with this, but I really like to see it. I liked it when I saw him come back in The Mandalorian. I thought that was really cool. Because that's kind of what, when I was a kid after Return of the Jedi, we were really promised another three movies, and it was really supposed to be a continuation at that point of Luke, Leia, and Han, and Chewie, and the droids. And that's what I would have really liked to see. So it was kind of cool to see him in kind of a similar vein anyway in The Mandalorian, even though it was obviously all CGI and de-aging effects, which sometimes they can get right, sometimes they really look creepy. Luke's I thought looked okay, better than Leia did in Rogue One, but it was still cool to see her in Rogue One, and obviously in the sequels, I did like Carrie Fisher's Leia in those. That part of it, I didn't mind at all. I thought that was pretty good. Luke, they just did not do justice to. Oh my goodness, we're almost done with this. So many. Nope. I'm going to say with this, back 3. There's still plenty more. Oh my goodness, nope, I didn't screw up. Those were there. Good. Thought I put some tiles where they shouldn't have been, but I don't think that is actually the case. Well, I feel like I'm going to be short a little bit here. So I got a couple more. Nope, I got one more tile. And we're just going to swap in some studs because I must have screwed up somewhere. But at this point, that's fine. We are just going to see, can I get at any of these other ones easily? Not really. So these last 4 that I'm putting in are supposed to be flat tiles, and they are going to be plates because I am not digging up a bunch of plates. Make sure I don't have any in the tray here. Nope. All right. That is the end of bag 3. Thank goodness. And we've got some more visually interesting pieces to put together. Not all the same ones. Alrighty. Alright, Luke, I got a movie again here. Put you over there. Alright, looks like we're finally going to be able to start building Yoda's hut. Anybody see the trailer for the Mandalorian movie? Or actually, I don't even think it's in the trailer. But yeah, I've seen the screenshot of Rhoda the Hutt, played by Jeremy Allen White. That Hutt is cut. It was very funny. All right, I need a beige 2x3. It's got to be in here somewhere. Oh, there's another bag 4. There we go. There's the 2x3. A couple lightsaber hilts. At this point, sorting them out would have made sense, but it's going to take too long. So we're just going to dig through here until I find what I need. And right now, I'm looking for the beige L plate. Come on, where are you? Well, you're in here somewhere. There it is. There we go. Got a couple of 1x1s. Now I need a 2x2 flat plates. Beige. Here we go. I need another L. Where it's a, I think that was up in the. There it is. Standing on its edge. That's why. Well, the other one wasn't, but this one was. I know. I only heard from Adam as far as where he was. He's up north. Anybody outside of the U.S.? I suspect it's obviously very late in Europe right now, so maybe not in Europe. Maybe. Like I said, my videos have had some decent response from Germany and Japan. Any of you from either of those places? I don't know what time it is in Japan, but Germany, it's pretty late at night, I think. Now, let's see, I need a 2x2 flat plate again. Don't remember where I found the other one. There it is. Hiding under there. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody's out of the US or doesn't want to say it, which I totally get. I do appreciate that Lego makes some of the underlying connections a different color just to make it easier to actually locate visually where subsequent bricks are actually supposed to go. Like I said earlier, I always rush through these things, so having those quick visual cues is certainly helpful. Now I am looking for a sloping beige plate. There it is. Now I need a 1x1 beige tile. There it is. All right, finally something other than, you can see right here at the bottom of your screen, finally something other than plates. Yay! Be aware of where I'm actually building so you can actually see it. All right. Now let's see if I can give you a different view of the build here. You can, that's the view you've, it kind of looks cool on the screen there. But finally, building other than flat. Oh, actually, I didn't show you that, did I? Let me show you again. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess you can kind of see me building there. Got to figure out if when I keep this kind of view the next time I do this though, because I don't know if it gives you a good enough view of what I'm actually doing or not. Let me know in the comments what you think. You want me to change up the view? I can't do it this time, but maybe the next time. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see. If I pull this back far enough, maybe you can see it. Yeah, you can. We'll change it up for a bit. There we go. Metal Remain says, "Build it, Luke. I am my only hope." I hope that's not the case. All right, let's see. I need several more orange round plates, which really should not be that hard for me to locate. There they are. Oh, several. 2 more. There we go. Oh, and Metal Remain says it's a better view. Cool. We'll stick with that for now. All right. I need another light beige L shape. Here we go. Make sure I didn't miss any steps there. Nope, good. See how we're doing for time here. Going on an hour and a half here. Probably should have started with a smaller build for this live stream, but that's okay. Thanks for sticking in there. When are you coming over to help me build the Animal Crossing Museum? Whenever you want. Let's see. Make sure that I've got this in the right spot. I'm gonna have to flip this back around so I have the same view of the manual as I am actually looking at. Now, there's so many different variations of round pieces here that's sometimes hard for me to distinguish them. There we go. Hopefully if I flip this around so you can see better, then I can still figure out where I need to put stuff. Yeah, a little cheese wedge piece here. Hopefully, no, that needs to face me. There we go. Right. Never really played Animal Crossing. No, my friends have, and my daughter has. Somebody was telling me, so I mentioned earlier in the stream that when I had met Mark Hamill, that I actually talked to him about Wing Commander rather than Star Wars, and somebody recently told me that I should maybe try playing Star Citizen, which is by the same people that Chris Roberts, I think, that made the Wing Commander games way back in the day. I was thinking I might try that. I haven't played a PC game in forever. I think the last one I honestly played was maybe Ultima Online, which was probably 25 years ago at this point. But I thought I might give Star Citizen a try, although I don't know if I honestly have a PC that would be capable of playing it. We'll have to see. And usually I have a Mac. I think it's available on Mac. I'm not 100% sure. The only I did. My son was getting rid of his gaming PC, so we'll see. Maybe that has enough firepower to play it. But really, for the most part, I'm a very casual gamer. And when I do play something, it's usually on the Xbox, not on PC. All right, let's see if I can get this online here. There we go. You have to really think about where I'm putting the pieces with the set facing you, because it's just the opposite direction of the way the manual is. So I have to think about it for a second. Okay, I need a sloped dark brown piece here, and dark brown cheese wedge. If anybody knows what these pieces are called, let's see if you can see that. Let me know in the comments. I have no idea. I'm sure they have a name. I just am not up on it. And this is an interesting piece. I don't ever think I've seen this particular piece before. Maybe something similar though. A couple of dark brown circular 1x1 plates. Gotta make sure they don't skip a step here. Inevitably, we'll do that from time to time. Kind of a, what do we call this? Like an avocado green or something. Cheese wedge here. I mean, yeah, it's not really army green. Let's see. Metal Remain says Star Citizen is still an early release with a potential full release date of 2027, according to Wiki. Yeah, it's definitely in beta or whatever. It has been for a long time, but it is playable, as I understand it. I was checking out the site and I couldn't really figure out. I don't know if maybe I just missed it, but I couldn't really see what the minimum requirements to play it were. Okay, now I need to, again, think about where these pieces are. Yep, that's right. Yeah, Metal Remain says he's holding out hope for a remastered Wing Commander Privateer. Agreed. I love that game. That was such a cool game. Privateer 2 was kind of cool too, with what's his name? British actor. He was in Child of Men or something to that effect too. Oh, Clive Owen. That was the guy. He before he actually really hit it. I guess he's not really hit it super big, but before he was in Hollywood movies, he was in the Privateer 2 game. That one was pretty cool too. From what I understand, Star Citizen is a lot like Privateer, or in the fact that I guess that you can do pretty much anything you want, which was very much like Privateer, whereas Wing Commander was very much you follow the mission, whereas Privateer much more open-ended than that. You chose your own kind of own thing you wanted to do. Let's see. Good thing I stopped here because I did miss one step right here. There we go. Here it is. And I need another lime, not lime, definitely not lime green. Avocado green, I don't know. Whatever green this is. Need another one of those cheese wedges. let's make sure that I actually have this in the right orientation. There we go. And now that starts off here. Yep. Let's see. I feel like there's, did I miss one? Yes, I did. That goes right there. Anybody knows what these guys, oops, you can't see that, can you? What these guys are called? Let me know. I have no idea. So many pieces. I got a couple of brown ones that are that same shape. There. And that's not it. Let's see. There it is. Right there. And it looks like we're going to put Yoda's soup on here in a second. Soup's on.
Yes, delish it is.
Here's the kettle. I'm sorry, the pot, whatever it's called. And the handle. And we got a couple of green circular pieces inside of it. Are those green? Yes. The ones I just grabbed were beige. These are green. Soup's on, Yoda. Aren't they called Legos? Are they? I don't know. Never heard that before. All right, let's see here. Yep, next it looks like we're gonna make some smoke come out of Yoda's fireplace. If I can find the right piece. Come on. There it is. Now I need those beige pieces. Where did I put them? There. See if I can separate these because I stacked them up. There we go. Cheese wedge. All right, so let's see here. Right there. Lego is what you do with your Egos, huh? Okay. Another cheese wedge piece here. Again, the creativity that the Lego designers have is amazing to me. Like, I just visually couldn't think about how these pieces fit together to make some of the different shapes that they end up making. Although this one, I guess, is fairly straightforward. It's not. It's just typical stud on top. Let's see here. There we go. And 1x2. Another cheese wedge. Oh no, that's not actually a cheese wedge. That is this guy here. And that goes over here somewhere. There we go. All right. Need a couple double cheese wedges. Dark brown 1x3 tiles. Now, I might have to flip this around so I get these in the right spot. I'll flip it back again afterwards. And another double cheese wedge here. There we go. Getting close to the end of bag 4, and I got 2 more, 5 and 6. Got dark brown, white, another dark brown 1x1. I didn't miss anything there. Oh, sorry guys. It's set on slow mode, which means you can only post once a minute. So you can't spam me. I mean, I'm not reading them probably as quickly as you're posting them, but let's see. I need a dark beige one by one. There it is. Let's see. Now I need a sloping 1x2. And two of these guys. Adam is dabbing apparently. And somebody's giving me hearts. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you. Just about 2 hours in here. All right, let's see. This guy goes over here somewhere. Make sure I got it in the right spot. Should be right there. Yep. Oops. Metal says, my only complaint is some of the decent sets, the amount of 1x1 flats these elaborate builds use. Agreed. And Adam is number one, apparently. Everybody knows that. That goes without saying. There you go. Front of Yoda's hut's coming together here. All right. Spin this around again. Get it in the right spot. There you go. that squared up. See here. Yep, that looks right. Alrighty. Getting close to the end of the bag 4 here. Between the bright lights and my old man eyes, sometimes hard for me to get the right. Oop, that's definitely not the right shade. I need a lighter shade than that one. There we go. Make sure that I got this in the right spot here. That's not right. Oh, here we go. That makes more sense. Sorry. Looking at it backwards sometimes confuses me.
Judge my mud hut by its size, do you?
Alright. Yeah, another double chewed wedge. Dark brown. Here we go. Our pieces here in bag 4 are dwindling, thankfully. Nope. Other side. There we go. The claw. We need the claw. And lightsaber hilt. Let's see here. Oh, that's a pretty piece. I've seen this piece before, but it's pyramid in clear blue. It looks pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that color before, and I think I reversed this. Yep, I need to put the 1x1 and the pyramid piece in the opposite spots. Throw that up. Sorry, Luke, it's taking a long time to build this. Do. Make sure I've got these on the right spots. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Almost at the end of this bag. And Yoda's hut will be 90% done, I guess. Let's see. See what the next bag holds. I am a puppet. Mm. There. Well, you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you liked about this stream, what you don't like. Too much talking, not enough talk. Probably not too much. I definitely do not do too much talking. But yeah, let me know. There's things that you would like to see more of, less of. Happy to oblige. I think the next time, though, I might have to split a bigger set like this. This isn't huge, but it's certainly not the smallest set either. Might need to break that into more than one. Stream. I feel like I put something in the wrong place here. Let's see. Yep, I did. This guy goes back over here. All right. I get 2x6 plate here. Okay. Now I definitely know I missed something because I have a couple of these left. So where did I miss those? Some of the other pieces I think are probably just extras because Lego always gives you a few extras. Now here's one of them. Let's see. This guy. Oh, yeah, they both. Okay, good. I don't have to go back too far to find it. It's right there. And then did I use this guy in that same step? Don't think so. Nope, 1x2. There we go. All right. In the bag 4. And Yoda is up next. Let's see, Yoda's heading here. And his legs. There's his legs. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if you can actually see that on the video, but he's got gray hair. And it's actually a really detailed version of him. I had probably 2 or 3 versions of him over the years, and that's probably the most detailed. Very cool. His head's a little bit, it's a little softer than a typical minifig head too, actually. And here's Yoda's walking stick. Here, Yoda. Welcome home. Alrighty. I'll move you out of the way. Put you over there for now. Make sure we got the orientation on this right. Let me think about this for a second. That always tricks me up. There we go. So the green one goes over here. And a beige one goes on the other side. Well, that doesn't seem right. Ah, there we go. I just was holding it in the wrong orientation. Oh, no extra parts. Don't worry about all. They always give you extras these days. Wasn't always the case, but a whole collection of extra parts in here, various sets. A few lightsabers on there, actually. Right, I need a darker beige. Here we go. All right, let me spin this guy around again so I actually get it in the right spot. There we go. Yoda's front door is coming together here. A couple of these curved pieces. And there we go. Got one. I know you're in here somewhere. There it is. That curved piece. There it is. Now, where does this one go? 2 of them. Okay, that's 1. And 2. A light beige, a dark beige, and this drab green or all, not, yeah, I guess all green or, I don't know. Never been very good with different names of the colors here. Okay, where do you go here? Right in front of that guy. Now I feel like I put something in the wrong place again. Yeah, that should go right there. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That brown curved piece in the wrong spot. Alright, need a 1x2 and a lighter brown piece. There it is. Yeah, darker brown, 1x1. There it is. And that lines up along the back side here. Right there. I didn't miss anything. I did. I need a circular. Dark brown. There it is. That goes right there. And I think I missed a spot earlier because there is a 1x1 flat tile that goes right behind that. There we go. I need this and a 1x2 lighter brown tile, which is somewhere in here. There it is. Upside down. And that goes there, I think. No, right here. I'll put, let's see. I missed another one. I need a dark brown 1x1 on the bottom of it. That will lift it into the appropriate height. There we go. That's better. All right. It finally looks like a hut. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, and this piece goes right here. Oh, where are you? There it is. Getting closer here. All right, we need a 1x2 dark brown piece. There it is. Dark brown circle. Inverse slope. It's not that one. Where is the piece I'm looking for? There it is. A bunch of vines growing around Yoda's place. Open the very first Pizza Hut on a remote swamp planet. Somewhere I saw, and there's a whole site that shows this. Can't remember what it was, but it was basically old Pizza Huts. The original ones all had a very unique look to them with their hut roof, and it's always funny to see new businesses that are occupying the old Pizza Huts because they just look completely out of place. Can't remember where I saw one recently. It's obviously very expensive to actually convert those into a more traditional roof, so they just kind of leave them and just put a new business there, but it just looks very silly.
a Pizza Hut in years. Like, probably even decades, maybe. They're just not that big in New England. A lot of mom and pop House of Pizza type places, which I love. Not so many Pizza Huts, though. I think the last time I actually ever was at a Pizza Hut, and I honestly don't even remember. Maybe in Florida. Excuse me. It's been dent on an old Pizza Hut. Yeah, for sure. Now, what I'd like to see in one is Spirit of Halloween. Come on, or Spirit Halloween. Well, I swear that was called Spirit of Halloween at some point. Let's see, I need a dark brown slope here. All right, I gotta spin this around because I'm getting confused as to where that needs to go. Here we go. Another dark brown slope. Inverse slope. Oh, Yoda, no. There we go. All right, I need a dark brown cylinder. There it is. It's right there. And dark brown cheese wedge right there. There we go. All right. One by one. Dark brown cylinder. cheese wedge somewhere here. Yeah. And let's see, that guy goes right here. And let's see here. Yeah, it goes right here. Let me make sure I got this in the right spot here. Yep, that should be in line with that. You. All right. All right. Cheese wedge here. And a double cheese wedge. Right in front of there. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I'd say this is taking me so long because I'm on camera, but it's not that. I'm just slow building it. This is step here. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, maybe I did actually. Yeah. There was a 1x2 white beige piece that's supposed to go right there. That's better. It was off by a level. Yes, Meadow is right. There are tiny pieces in this set. All right, inverted. There it is. Oops. Oh, that's definitely a piece that there's extra of, so I'm not even going to bother getting it. Not right now, anyway. You probably couldn't even see or hear it, but a piece fell on the floor. So. All right, need an L. Sure, I got that. Yeah, that's definitely the right spot. It's definitely looking like his hut now. All right. All right, we get to put on some tree pieces now. Getting to the end of this bag, I think. Now you can see as well as I can, I guess. Most of the tray there. Oops. Got a branch coming off here. Almost knocked my spares down. Now, where does this guy go? Oh, I actually have that on the wrong spot. That need to go down further. There we go. Vines hanging down from the tree there. More vines. These guys go over here somewhere. So I can take a little creative liberty with these ones. Anyway. Let's see, these guys coming off of here somewhere. Probably got that in the right spot. Yeah. They do. Oops. Gotta pay attention. Let's see if I can separate this. There we go. Gotta love the brick separators. All right, let's see, this guy, where do I want this? Like that. And couple other pieces on top of there. Oops. You must visit Dagobah Airbnb hut.
Rent you should. Yes.
All right, just a few more steps in this bag. And then that's the final bag after this. Luke hasn't even started his training yet. He's been waiting for me this whole time. Well, of course, the one piece I dropped I actually do need. And thankfully it was in reaching distance. Which way do they want this thing connected? There we go. Let's get right there. There we go. All right. Oh, I guess I did have another one of the same piece that I needed. Oh, well. Those over there for now. And we are on to the last bag. Only almost 3 hours in. Oh, that's good. Oh, this one's pretty short, though. That's good. And we got R2 up first. Oh, R2. His legs here. And his head. There we go. There he is. Oh, good. Got more vines and stuff. All right, we're just going to take some creative liberties as to where these go. Just speed things up a little bit. And hopefully I don't put those in the wrong spot. But those be all right. that's going to be Luke. Your hand there a little bit, Luke. All right. We'll spread a couple of these green dots around for plants. Luke's lantern coming up here. It's cool. Some more plants here. I think that's it on those plants. Let me put a few more green circles here, somewhere over here. We got a little frog here. There you go, froggy. Oop. This one's Kermit. There we go. Nope. And again, we're going to take some creative liberties here. There are plants that are growing around here. Twist those around a bit. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I need complete for the bottom. Last one of these guys. Thanks for now. We haven't even actually. I guess the X-wing is really just part of a wing, so not too much to that. I'm like, where is that? I see there's a slope piece in here for that. And see like a red, dark red piece. All right, where's this last one gone? I don't care. We're putting it here. Nah, not right there. Put it there. Let's throw some more of these. There's that here. Okay. Another plants or sticks, whatever the hell they are. We're going to have to move R2 because they want one there. Put R2 over here for now. Yoda. All right, cool. We get to build the X-Wing wing. All right. Just about done. I was wondering why there was a wheel in here. Turns out it's the X-Wing's gun. Let's see if I can get this into the right spot here. There you go. Oh, the last piece is a snake. All right. There's some extra plants in here. I'm not going to worry about those right now. Other extra pieces. thanks for hanging with me for the last almost 3 hours. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, what you did like, what you didn't like. I appreciate